Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to review the Alfred Hitchcock movie Shadow of a Doubt from 1943, which is said to be Hitchcock's own favorite of his own films. In this film, Joseph Cotten plays a killer who is known as the Merry Widow murder. And he is trying to escape the police, and therefore he will travel to his sister's home in Santa Rosa, a small town where his sister lives and where his family general lives, and there he is has this spiritual almost connection to his niece named Charlie, which after her uncle, who's also known as Uncle Charlie, and they have a very kind of weird, almost love connection, and they really have affection for each other, and I really love the beginning. You see an introduction to both characters lying in a bed, kind of speculating about life or something. They seem very depressed, both of them, and they both have like different how should I say, life struggles really. Joseph Cotten, of course, is a murderer, and Teresa Wright has a feeling that something has to change really, and she wants Charlie to come to visit them, and the same day she discovers that he will come. Yeah, and those two characters is really interesting because they are kind of they are two sides of the same coin really. One is a devil and one is an angel. And of course, Teresa Wright is the angel, and Joseph Cotten is the devil in that sense. And but what fascinates me about it, the film, is that Joseph Cotten as Uncle Charlie is really the first true Hitchcock villain, but he's very charismatic, and in some ways he is a good man doing terrible things. And I'm not saying he's a good guy. It's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that he really wants to help his family in this film, and he also helps the people in the town, and through the film, all except Teresa Wright's Charlie, they see him as a good man, really. Maybe he has some weird opinions, but they really see him as a guy who really does business and trying to help people. And I like that aspect, that you through the film really see him as he is as a villain, but you also see the doubt from uh, the young Charlie when she discovers that he is a killer, and she can't say anything because that would destroy her whole family, and she has to have this secret. And of course, in the film you see that the cops are investigating him, and that's why she suddenly realizes that maybe he is a killer. And they will eventually have this how should I say it, conflict between each other. Uncle Charlie opens up what he has done, but they both are agreeing to not say anything. But of course, Uncle Charlie can't have that she knows too much, so he also tries to kill her. And that's really the suspense elements of this film. Um, it's interesting film. Also the idea of the shadow, that comes to this peaceful town and kind of destroys the happiness in especially the young Charlie's lives, even though she wants something to happen, but that it was not this I think she wanted, and I like the idea that they sort of have a spiritual connection in some ways, because the young Charlie always kind of know that there's something is happening to Uncle Charlie, but she thinks it's something positive and not negative. Uh, what uh, what I don't like with this film, I have some issues, is that the cops that comes into this film and investigating Uncle Charlie, the one of the cop starts having an relationship with Teresa Wright's Charlie, and I feel it's very rushed. I don't think it's developed that well, and I feel like the feelings between them is a bit awkward. Really, it's not to say they act bad or anything. They are good actors, but I don't buy the relationship, and when he tries to propose to her, it seems off really. Um, I think the best scenes they have together is really at the very end, now I'm going to talk some spoilers. When Uncle Charlie has died, there's this funeral, and all people are there to sort of honor him, because all see him as a great guy, and the cop and Teresa Wright's Charlie is the only one who knew who he really was, and they have this talk about the evil in him and how he saw the world. And that's the most, I think, poetic scenes between them in the whole film. It's a very touching scene, that final scene. But it's the only one I really sort of, it gets me. The rest of the relationship in the film, I feel, is very awkward, really. Another nitpick I have with this film is the children's role, and I want to give them compliment. The children is very good; they play really well, but sometimes they are almost, I wouldn't say too annoying, but they get too much screen time in my opinion. That's just how I feel. I didn't care that much for those scenes, but otherwise it's a film with great actors really. I love the father to Charlie, who is also in It's a Wonderful Life, and his friend played by Hume Cronyn, and they have this weird hobby that they talk about how they could kill people easily and get away with murder, and I love that sense of humor. It's very Hitchcockian humor, really, and there's a scene where they talk about it, and the young Charlie gets upset about it because they only talk about murder, and the mother says it's the only way your father can relax. He says something like that. It's really a fun scene, and I love the scenes and the chemistry between them. And Hume Cronyn, I really love as an actor. He's wonderful. Yeah, and I really think it's a film that deals with the idea of good and evil in an interesting way. There are some cliches, and I do feel like the suspense could have been even stronger. I felt like the first half is a bit mixed between tones, and I don't think it's that creepy. It's almost a little too comical in a sense, but really when Teresa Wright starts to realizing, oh, hey, something is wrong, and she goes to the library and find this paper where there's it's revealed that there's this Mary widow murder, and the music is playing very dramatic, and it is really that scene give me goosebumps really, because it's really dramatic and creepy, even though nothing really happens except you are seeing a paper. But after that, it becomes really suspenseful in a good way, and I love the sort of again the connection they have. They know each other so well. even though they are the opposite to each other. And they both have these secrets. And in the end, Teresa Wright has to keep these secrets for the rest of her life. And I love that sort of tragic irony towards the end, that even though the villain gets punished, he dies, but it's not really a happy ending, because she still has to deal with the trauma that her beloved uncle is a killer. And yeah, that is really my thoughts on this film. And I will of course recommend Shadow of a Doubt to anyone who hasn't seen it, but of course now I've spoiled it, so that yeah, I hope you will have. I hope you have seen this film before watching this video. Thank you so much for watching this video again, and I hope you will all have a very nice day. Bye.